Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm back, of course. I wanted to come right back to talk about, oh, man. I mean, I thought the video I just did basically had enough alarming details within it. Although it's not to the same degree, but it's still pretty bad all the same, because it seems to me that, no matter what seems to happen through all of this, even with Triple H in charge, the WWE is still going to do Vince-ass things. I mean, and that's what's saddening to me, because, it just... I thought this was something that we were supposed to be done with, and of course we've seen little aspects of it here and there, and it's still going to be the case. I don't think that we're ever really going to truly get entirely away from those type of things, because it's WWE. It's really that simple. And I say all that simply for the fact that, truth be told, it's literally a week ago, even today, just a week ago today, not even last Saturday, the week before this past Saturday, but, yeah, literally 9 days ago, I felt like we were actually in a really, really good place, as far as where this was going, because we all thought Cody was going to finish the story, or at least that's what we were led to believe at one point. That said, I'm honestly not even sure what the hell is happening now. I don't know if any stories are getting finished. I don't even know what the story is with what's going on, but turns out, and this is just the word I've gotten, is going to be one of two things. Either Cody's going to get the title off of Roman, maybe at Elimination Chamber, or maybe somewhere thereafter, WrestleMania. I'm not real sure. Or maybe even on the way to WrestleMania, who knows. But, this is just downright atrocious. And especially given that I just talked about all the stuff with Vince. But, oddly enough, and I ended the video talking about how, they actually had the news break about The Rock before anything about Vince came out. I mean, at least that's the way I remember that happening. If I'm wrong on that between this and the previous video, please feel free to correct me on that. But last time I checked, that news broke first about The Rock being a part of TKO. I'm pretty confident of that. I don't remember hearing about Vince resigning until somewhere thereafter. I'm pretty sure it might have even been the same day. But, just even with all that being the case, they've got him coming in here and basically belittling every aspect of what the Royal Rumble and every aspect of its meaning and what all that's supposed to be, which is really, really disappointing to say the least, because, I think since last year, when Roman actually beat Cody, we were looking forward to this a year later. Cody's going to finish the story. But now, that doesn't seem to be the case, at least not as it was intended anyway. So it's either going to be that, Cody gets the title off of him before Mania, or maybe they work him into a triple threat. Doubt that's going to be the case. Or he just beats Seth for the World Heavyweight title, which, that's great. But, there are just so many things that played into it. And of course, you got to factor in the fact that CM Punk's injury is definitely key in this situation. You got to believe that, especially now going forward, there's got to be some buyer's remorse on Cody's part after having left AEW. And especially given the fact that Vince strapped the rocket to his ass, you know, had him come through as the mystery opponent against Seth, got the big win over Seth on the first night back, Mania Night 1, 38, I believe. Yeah, Mania 38 out in Dallas, Fort Worth. And of course, you build him up, and then within, what was it, I think probably about 4 or 5 months, he has the pectoral injury, which is far and away, I've gotta believe, the nastiest shit I've ever seen anybody try to perform with. Like, my God, just all, like, his shit was purple, for God's sakes. And he won the match. And it was a Hell in a Cell at that. Like, if that in and of itself didn't scream next WWE champion at that point, or future WWE champion at the very least, I don't know what else does. I mean, this is beyond Cena type shit. I mean, Cena would have worked through it all the same, but I don't think he would have done it quite to the same extent as Cody Rhodes would have. And that's what baffles me more than anything else, is that I'm thinking about this, and I've even heard people talk about it. People are thinking Brandy probably told him so about this shit. Like, you know, they're convinced that she wanted him to stick it out and try to fight through and still be in AEW, which I could see that being the case at this point. And I'm thinking that's got to be looking pretty good right now. But more than anything else, it just is really, really bothersome because, again, going into the things that I heard people say over the weekend about the investigation and such, and it was funny because I don't remember who it was, but there was someone that talked about you know, just a cleaning house on the part of TKO when it comes to WWE. And there was even a sledgehammer pun, and of course all of this was referencing towards Triple H. But yeah, I mean, it's just really, really funny to me that that's actually the case, because, you know, God, like, I'm just, like, wrapping my head around it is a bit much sometimes, but I'm laughing at it. And then I see everything else that's going on. I haven't kept up with TNA as much in the last couple of weeks, unfortunately, but I know that they're definitely going in the right direction. I mean, hell, there was even a thing to where Jordynne Grace challenged Bianca Belair to Knockouts Championship match, which, by the way, I'm totally here for if that ever happens. I don't know how or when that's going to happen. I'm not even sure if that's going to be anytime soon. Probably not very likely, especially with all this going on. But I would like to think somewhere down the road we got to be getting that. We've got to be getting that. And we've got to be, like, getting some crossover shit between TNA and WWE. But who knows when that's going to happen. Like, that's going to be the one thing, creatively speaking, that's going to help things. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at this and thinking about it. I mean, they even just brought back Andrade. You know, I'm wondering what's going to wind up happening with any other future signings. I mean, Okada is presently a free agent of sorts. I mean, he's still working a few shows for New Japan Pro Wrestling as we speak, but, well, not as we speak, but as of this moment, there are still a few dates that he has left with them. So, wherever he goes, we won't see that unfold anytime right away, not within the next couple of months at least. But, no way he's not looking at the shit with Vince. And no way he's not noticing this and, like, you know, there's no shot, there's no instant red flag. This is red flag like my t-shirt's red. Like, I mean, beyond my t-shirt being red. Fuck that. I mean, it's just really, really wild to think about this right now, because it seemed like we were going the right direction, but now all of a sudden, I don't even know. And sadly, everything else that's going on has actually been good. Has it been great? Has it been perfect? No. But it's sure as shit a lot better than what Vince had been putting out in recent times. I mean, that's really all there is to that. And, you know, it was funny because that's where I was going to go into that. ADD is a motherfucker. And that's just how crazy that shit is. My head is like going in circles right now thinking about this. I'm not even sure how I'm putting these videos together right now. But either way, you know, it's just crazy because I'm thinking about this. And what someone said is that, you know, and they talked about it, I'm paraphrasing this, but someone said something about how they're going to be coming in looking to clean house, they being TKO, and they're going to be coming through with a bucket of Lysol and bleach or whatever it was. Like I said, I'm paraphrasing. I can't quote stuff accurately right now. But they're going to come through with a bucket of bleach and Lysol and hot water, yet that shit's just going to be in the walls, the floorboards, everything. So they're just going to take the sledgehammer, where the sledgehammer pun comes into play, and just tear everything smooth the fuck down and rebuild from scratch. Which, you know, if that winds up being the case, God, man, that's going to be crazy. I want to be clear, I can't envision a situation where they let go of Triple H. I mean, that is their shining light. Sure, he didn't handle shit with the presser after the Rumble very well, and with this makes him look even worse. But, you know, I think he's very, very valuable to the WWE at this point. Between him and Shawn Michaels, I mean, booking, it's not great, but it's better than what it was with Vince. I'd take this over Vince any day. Any day. I'm sorry. That's just all there is to that. But, yeah, I mean, the point that they were making is that stain's still going to be there, but yet they're going to make it worse by doing the Vince shit, like I said. Anyway, like I said, I went on about this a lot longer than I wanted to. This is going a bit longer than I wanted to, but oh well. You know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll be getting back at y'all.